Yeah, at least the Joy and maybe even the Haya.
You know, the funny fact that Instant got 4 games with the Moscow and 0% win rate. At the same time, we see the raid boss, the boss of the gym, Kelra, with the Granger. And I got a lot of questions for SRG OG with this draft. But maybe they're gonna surprise us. So, and this is Farsha, Instant ban.
Yep, again, attack Friends. I don't blame Onyx PH for not picking Friends in the first phase, but they gotta have something up their sleeve because SRG are gonna pick the Stormy hero in Red 4. Like, that's gotta be it.
Yep. So now Onyx Philippines, we are thinking that they're going for a jungle ban, but what if they just like, you know what, let's see how big of a hero pool both our mid laners have. Imagine if they go loco and just ban mid laners as well. 4
mid laner bans and then even give the Red 4 ban to SRG.
Just to see, yo, Stormy, Super Friends, like how deep can you go?
Yep. Pop quiz.
Pop quiz. We'll see the Nana coming in from Stormy.
This is the Predator ban, and
I miss Cecilion.
If we are speaking about the mid laner bans, Onyx Philippines potentially can remove Loi. That's the option, because there is too much opportunity for macro games for SRG. You got Moscow for split pushing. You got Loi for instant removing from one side to another side. And I think they should think about it.
Heroes like Chip are coming to consideration now if Onyx really is so desperate for map control and macro rotations. One more ban for SRG here. Close it up. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is a Loi, or if they do open it up, Stormy might pull doubles.
Yep, they ban out the Novaria, and this is good because the similarities between the Farsa and Novaria, they move very fast to the side lanes.
But one is more utility, the other is more burst, and this is the same Novaria that felled Team Spirit last night, so SRG did their homework here.
And one more point. Navaria, yes, I wanted to say that Navaria counters Loi actually also with Astral Echo. You can check the bushes. It also opens you the resources to engage the jungle.
So now how deep do they go? It's not 4 mages ban, but it's still 3. And SRG, what is going to be their mage pick here?
So there's very little reason to Valentina. Maybe Eve.
Hey, Zetian, who knows?
Zetian, wow, Zetian has dropped in priority recently.
And what do you think if we take, from the SRG OG side, right now, let's go jungle. And last pick, mid lane.
Oh, they pick up the Kagura.
This has been forecasted.
A way to open up the map, able to cleanse yourself in case anything bad happens.
And alluded to multiple times on broadcast and off. Interesting pick here by Stormy. What does Friends pick? What's left for the Monster Mage?
Valentina.
What do you get with the Valentina?
Get the
Tsunami Slam?
Yeah, probably. Got the Tsunami Slam, but now they picked it up. They pick up the Valentina. And now for their EXP laner.
Oh, you know, Captain Cole, and you got actually got a catcher. This combination. You just steal the combination from the opponent.
Yep, interesting play. Valen can even take the current call and they use the same combination. So this should be a joy, unless you want to get frisky and pick up a Hayabusa here.
Gentlemen, I like the optimism, right? But I'm not a big fan of the 1-2 step. I'm not a fan of, oh yeah, we have the combo at home. It's very cobbled together. SRG now, what does Sakai pick here, the Sky Prince? Can he?
Hayabusa.
Yes, but also I think there's room for him to play utility.
The only question is,
Akai?
the only utility here is Akai.
And Baxia.
And Baxia, yes. We have that one too. 5 seconds left. And it does look like they're going for utility here. They're going for the Baxia. First, for me, I still prefer Assassins, but what do you think, Destroyer?
I'm gonna say that Onyx Philippines should win. I like their composition.
What about you, Leo?
I'm skittish about the whole, we have the combo at home, so I'm going to play it conservative and say that SRG, there was room for them to pick that utility jungle.
Yep, and now we're going to throw it over to our casters, Brigida and Mirko. Hope you guys are ready because we're throwing over to you guys the second game of this match.
Thank you so much to our panelists, and I hope all the viewers are ready for game number 2 as well. They've had plenty of time to reset and regroup about what happened in the last game. And so I feel even in the draft, we're seeing the changes come in early on. Welcome to game number 2, and this time around, I feel like my biggest question would be, again, regarding damage. Because where do we see a lot more damage coming in terms of the early game from these two? Oh, wait.
Stormy just waited there. That's some crazy patience, man. To just sit there while you're getting... He's gotta be careful, he doesn't have regens too. But yeah, back to your question, hold up, they're just brawling it out in the mid lane.
Yep. It seems like they're trying to show us who does have the better damage in terms of the mid 2v2s so far, but I feel like the exchange is just going well for both sides. Like, they have decent amount of regen, ways to just get the shields coming in, especially from Stormy and Super Friends as well, Brusco, so there probably won't be that much kills coming in just yet, not unless the junglers go in for the fast rotations, and that's going to be primarily through King Kong first, but SRG are going to respect that well enough and going to keep themselves safe. Moving on to the side lanes as well, I think we've seen these matchups come in multiple times. I guess the most surprising one would be that the Badang does come in a bit more often in the XP lane again. I think even Kid Bomba yesterday did use it in the XP lane, even though we thought that it was a pick that is more prioritized in the roam position right now.
I'd say it's a pretty good matchup against a CC. Again, you want to counter CC, you do it with crowd control, the other form of CC. And it has been working out, I'd say, in the group stage especially. Not too much in the knockout stage. Yeah, Bomba wasn't able to get a win on the Badang against the CC when he was up against Kirk. But let's take a look at the emblems here. Tenacity, firmness, a whole lot of tankiness for Brusco. It's actually the Bargain Hunter and Inspire for Prince. So trying to get online ASAP. It really looks like Oniker now with King Kong and an Assassin leaning towards that snowball. Skies, Shield Unity able to go onto Super Prince. Now he's getting the full CC over to him, forcing the Purify out, but he has a dash and the Purify. Again, Prio to SRG for Turtle 1.
This is somewhat similar to the entire Super Prince on the Kimi situation earlier, wherein SRG doesn't feel as hesitant to just go in and pour in all of their resources because there's like literally just Brusco who could potentially stop them, and that's going to be primarily just through the Unbreakable. And if there are other members of Onyx PH who don't get to provide the follow-up, then SRG OG just can't keep going at it. But what is going to be the plan right now? Brusco. King Kong, they're holding the objective.
Chain CC on the CC. Crime going to be taken down there, but the final basing attack by Super Prince is going to be back again for SRG as they get a pick off onto Kirk, who stayed there a bit too long, got caught by the Shield Unity, and Stormy was able to dish out damage. Guys, now, in the back line, Super Prince able to go for the dash now, trying to kite away, but gets caught by Skies. Still, turtle battle. King Kong gets it, now punctures away, but Brusco will get Tsunami Slam back. Phantom execution by King Kong, now going to the Stormy, and there's no mana on Stormy. King Kong with one, jumping again with a puncture. Now Yums able to dash in forward, but Kirk comes into safety to help King Kong as he dashes to safety.
Yep. The moment both of the XP laners were already down for these two teams, it was really who could pull off the better mid trio that mattered the most. But Cram was able to dodge that fist crack combo. And going back, that was one of the most, I'd say, crucial plays that came in from King Kong so far. Like, he wasn't able to do that much earlier on with the Baksha. But now he literally felt confident enough to battle up against 3 or 4 members, even when he was all by himself and when all his other teammates had to recall.
That's true. It's just very different when you're on a hero that's kind of like just there. Tsunami Slam stolen into the Thorn Rose. Phantom execution dodge away from the puncture from King Kong, but the AOG will lock Yums down. And King Kong should get the kill. Yep, in the air, Yums falls. Thing is though, we've seen the Kagura in the group stage. It was Super Prince who picked it up. I didn't really like it, but here, with the Baksha and with the Kalea too, it's honestly pretty solid. Purify used up, SOD landing in it and going for the final shot. Skies gets the killing spree. And again, it's a win for SRG. And to go back to my point, Brig, I really think, oh my God, they just don't want me. Okay, you know what? You know what? All right, there's another kill over. Yin Yang overturn. Prince able to sustain. Now Stormy looking for the final umbrella push over. Gets it down. Stormy with the help of Yums just brawling across the map. And you know what?
That's your point.
That's my point.
You
Chain CC into the Yin Yang overturn. Oh my God. King Kong wants to go. Phantom execution. Oh! Stormy broke King Kong's ankles.
And this is why we no longer need to explain, because everything just works so well. The Kagura doesn't need to be the one starting things up, or doesn't need to be risking the yin-yang overturns and then potentially just allowing the other members of Onyx PH to escape, because the tanky heroes, the setup here for SRG OG just make things a a lot more easier. Oh, but hold on, Cram.
JCC again. Cram has no way to move. Yin Yang overturn, now locking them down. With the Tsunami Slam too. But the AOG comes in and King Kong's still able to survive. But Skies finally gets the Poissons to shut him down.
Very unfortunate. King Kong and the rest of Onyx PH. Super Prince still trades another kill onto Stormy, who I feel like has been such a huge problem for Onyx PH all this time. But at least even then, it doesn't necessarily guarantee that SRG OG are the ones who are still able to take this objective. It might, or Onyx PH might just buy enough time for King Kong to make it and still secure this objective for them nonetheless. He's gonna skip taking the purple buff as well, so it does seem like the turtle is indeed the priority right now for Onyx PH. Oh, but the knockup!
Yeah, luckily has a fist crack. King Kong still on it with a puncture now. Stormy dives into Kirk. It'll be a kill over as Yum's able to flicker out to safety. Again, Brusco caught on the umbrella. King Kong with the puncture again. They get the turtle, but they lose Kirk in the process.
And I think this is one of the questions raised by our panel too. Super Prince right now, he's holding the Tortoise Poissons, and it can be useful to some extent, but for the Valentina, you're looking for those more explosive kinds of ultimates to steal away from the team. And I feel like even Stormy, there was a time when he was on the Valentina, stole the I Am Offended multiple times and just did multiple setups for his team, but oh no, King Kong all alone!
Phantom execution, dodges away from the Tsunami Slam. Brusco comes in now doing his own slam over the Yums. It'll be a kill over to Brusco's Prince, walks up with the Poissons that he stole. With the Purify, Innocent lands the SOD, takes it, pins Brusco to the wall. Damage coming down slowly but surely. Brusco taken out by the umbrella of Stormy.
Stormy just held on to that Yin Yang overturn, and it was well worth it for SRG OG as they take the turret and yet another kill. Keller's just focusing on trades for now, taking down tier 1 down bottom. Oh, King Kong still wants to go for Cram again. At least he doesn't get bumped by the Baxter Shield Unity. Could have been different under the turret. Oh!
Finds it and punctures away. The Kirk fist crack saves him again from a possible Yum's Tsunami Slam. And they're just clean with it.
We were saying this about SRG OG too. And now it's Onyx PH who's doing this exact approach in terms of playing a game or the game. That's an almost or a 700 gold lead already in the hands of King Kong, and for some reason, like this entire assassin utility matchup between Onyx PH and SRG OG, it's seemingly always in favor of the team with the assassin matchup, with the more aggressive matchup. And yes, to a certain extent, it has been working for SRG OG because again, we've been highlighting the entire concept behind the Kagura and all those tanky frontliners, the combinations. But once Onyx PH just gets to find the right footing, then it's a completely different story. Now, will SRG OG have a way to contest this final turtle of the game?
Oh my god, what a top by Brusco. Phantom execution to the back line again. King Kong just diving in. Stormy has a Yin and overturn, goes in. Tsunami Slam locks him down with AOD. Walks up, and it is going to be Kelra to clean things around. Now a double for Kelra on the Grangers. Innocent just goes and clears out top lane.
Stormy, he kept that Yin Yang overturn right beside him. So regardless of whatever King Kong tried to do, he would find a way to keep himself safe. Oh, but they're now going after Sakai. Oh, the damage from Kelra!
Oh, he's gonna go for more SOD! What? Super Fritz takes the SOD to send it for Kelra! And he gets a double! Fritz gets the kill on Innocent! When have you seen that? A Valentina to take an SOD, and now he purifies out of the Tsunami Slam.
Okay, yes, take it back. Like, Super Prince has a very interesting take on the entire Valentina IMU situation. It does seem like even though he's been a bit more careful in terms of the ultimates that he's been getting when they're actually ahead and this much aggressive, he has a lot more other options. We have to put a huge emphasis on display by Super Prince there. Even when we thought Onyx PH could no longer reach and finish off the kills, Super Prince was there to do the job. So now it's SRG OG who will have to play this a bit more defensively. Might I say though, both teams, they've done and they've had a lot of great micro plays. Like the micros in terms of Stormy, in terms of the Yin Yang overturns, the positionings, they're very, very much commendable. But Onyx PH now, they have the Lord, and they're definitely going to find a way to capitalize on this.
But also, I think just go for more damage, dude.
Yep.
The team with utility jungle, hasn't really been able to fully control the game. Even with 4 kills on Skies, now 5, it hasn't, well, unfortunately it is utility jungle, so again, with the kills on him, it doesn't really change anything. Brusco look for a taunt there. Yum's gonna go for the Tsunami Slam onto Brusco. Oh my god, Kurt gets a massive fist crack in the back of the AOG. Will come through, Yum's gonna be taken low as King Kong jumps in, and Stormy is forced to just play it safe. SOD clears out the minion wave. But there is another in the mid lane and the bottom lane for Onyx Philippines to go and capitalize on. Cram no vengeance. Kelra with the damage again. Yin Yang overturn popped down, but Kelra throwing out those bullets over to Skies, who's tanking it up really well. And they have another wave to play with.
That was such a play from Kirk. Even when we thought that SRG could have potentially punished Brusco, because he did attempt to go for the Unbreakable, right? He went, he walked under that turret, tried to go for the Unbreakable, didn't land or didn't connect onto anyone, and so SRG found an opening. That was a clear response through the Tsunami Slam coming in from Yums, but since Kirk was able to land that Flicker Fist Break Fist Crack onto the other members, then SRG just couldn't complete the job, and now there's another set of waves coming in, and it's a completely different situation when King Kong doesn't get caught in by any form of crowd control by SRG and just freely lands those punctures.
Okay, so in the end, it is still just a non-stop siege. Kelra walks up again, has a Purify, gets out of Tsunami Slam, almost a perfect Yang overturn to counter it as well. Good pin down, oh my lord, Kelra just walking through, gets pierced down, but he's still able to cut away, even from the last shot there, spacing perfectly. It's a kill over again as Brusco gets the AOG out of there. Cram falls to King Kong. And after all that, you'd expect more bodies. King with a dive on Skies, it's a double for King Kong.
The sidesteps from Kelra, the timings from King Kong, the KK connection, they're just making it happen. And oh, Innocent so low!
SOD again by Super Friends. Yums chunked down, one last shot to find the kill. Friends gets it. It's a kill streak for him as King Kong dives in with the puncture. 3 base turrets down, and Kelra has dealt with the waves. Friends again, they're going to be caught by the sun. Super Friends still able to go for it. It terrifies. Innocent walks up and gets the kill, but gets traded back